Alright, this spring I'm going to start off with the bell peppers, green bell peppers, and I'm going to grow them from seed. And I'm going to try two different ways to grow them from seed. One is kind of the traditional way, and the other is kind of a rumor that I heard that I want to give a shot at. And I'll describe that in a little bit later here. But first, generally you want to plant them when the nighttime temperatures are greater than 65 degrees. It's been at least 4 to 6 weeks since the last frost, and make sure when you plant them they're at least a 1/4 inch deep. Now I'm going to be doing bucket gardening, but if you were putting them in a traditional garden where you've got rows, you want to make sure they're at least 18 to 24 inches apart. Okay, my planting device for the seedlings is simply going to be this, a pencil. I'm just going to take a pen, push that in, make my hole, put a seed in there, kind of tamp it down a little bit with my fingers, and keep it a little bit moist. Once it starts to sprout up through the surface, I'll then transfer it into the bucket itself. Now I'm going to cut away and show you what I'm going to do with this other one, which is a little bit different. Alright, the other method that I'm going to try is to actually try to get the seeds going before I actually put them in the soil. And the trick that I heard, and I've also talked to my neighbor about it as well, and they were familiar with it so I'm going to go ahead and give it a try, is simply take some paper towels like this, fold them in half, and what I'm going to do is take a couple of these seeds, put them inside of here, get this moist with room temperature water, and leave it that way for about 2 to 3 days. Okay, after 2 to 3 days, and again, this will be inside the house with you, we're then going to go ahead and then, you know, just like the other ones, make a little hole and put these seeds directly in there. And then go ahead and let it grow. It supposedly is a way to kind of like get it going a little bit faster. Again, depending on your climate, especially the nighttime temperatures, you may have to modify things a little bit to where you live. But the specs that I gave you a little bit earlier are just general broad strokes on the general suggestions. Also, just so you know, these are organic seeds, and the reason that I bought organic was that I want the option of being able to use any peppers that I grow for seeds for next year. I like the idea of being able to eat it, but I also like the idea of being able to use it for seed. And that's the reason I wanted to go organic. Because when you get genetically modified organisms or GMO food, a lot of that stuff will not properly seed as organic seeds will. Because they've been modified, and they've not been modified in a way to make them seed material. They're modified to keep them fresh, to make them grow faster, to be pest resistant, that sort of thing. Alright, this is a quick video edit. One thing after I did this video, I realized I forgot to mention, because I've kind of assumed that everybody knew it, but I need to mention it because not everybody may know it, is you need to put a few holes in the bottom of whatever you're planting for drainage, and I would suggest you put it on a plate unless you're keeping it outdoors, so that excess water has a place to go, because you don't want the roots of anything just sitting in a puddle of water with when that water has no place to go. So make sure you put some drainage holes in there.